Hey guys, it's Evan here from Suave Seduction. I want to welcome you to the first video of the Suave Seduction Coaching Club, the Pareto Principle of Seduction. So what is the Pareto Principle? Well, the Pareto Principle is essentially the 80-20 rule. And what that means is that 20% of your actions and 20% of uh, your effort is going to yield 80% of your results. The reason why we're going to be kind of distilling, the reason why we're going to be, I'm talking about the 80-20 rule, is because we're going to be distilling everything down into its bare essentials. We're going to be eliminating all the unnecessary crap that most other seduction programs just kind of add in. Just, I don't know why they do it, maybe to fluff up their product or make their product seem like it's more valuable than it actually is. One of the things that I realized when I first started learning this stuff, I researched everything. I read every ebook. I watched every DVD program. I took tons and tons of workshops and courses. I spent well over $30,000 learning this stuff and getting this area of my life in order. And one thing that I realized when I distilled everything down to its core, uh, to basically what worked when it comes to attracting and seducing women, really only about 20% of everything I learned was valuable. The rest was just complete fluff and complete nonsense and stuff that I wasn't even interested in. Things like the mating habits of hummingbirds. I actually remember that being in an ebook or being talked about in a particular seduction program. And all I could think of was, I really don't care about the mating habits of hummingbirds. I want to know about how I can attract a woman. What do I have to do? So this program is about giving you that 20% so that you can use that 20%. And we're going to be keeping things as simple as possible. The reason why is because this stuff doesn't have to be complicated. I think a lot of the times various products overcomplicate this stuff and make this stuff way more complicated than it actually is. Bruce Lee actually has a great quote which says, "The height of cultivation is in elimination." So when we eliminate all the unnecessary, overly complicated elements to how to meet, attract, and seduce women, what you're left with is the easiest, most direct path to success. There are no shortcuts, in other words, there are only direct paths. So that's kind of the approach that we're going to be taking, and the approach that this entire uh, membership program is going to be taking. We want you to avoid information overload. We don't want to just kind of bombard you with a whole lot of unnecessary stuff. We want to give you, uh, incrementally give you bits and pieces of the puzzle so that you can implement it as you go and as you're learning, instead of kind of dropping a whole bunch of stuff on you so that you kind of get overwhelmed and confused and turned inside out and upside down about where to even begin with this stuff. So this program is all about taking you from the beginning and leading you, literally taking you by the hand and leading you through the process of meeting and attracting women and ultimately seducing a woman each and every step of the way. And the way that we're going to do that is by something called instructional scaffolding theory. And this was introduced in the late 50s by a guy named James Bruner, and he was a cognitive psychologist. And what he found was that people learn better and learned more effectively when they did it on their own. But ultimately, obviously, there are things that people have difficulty doing. So the way scaffolding theory and instructional scaffolding theory works is that you kind of start off doing things a little bit on your own, and the framework is gradually added so that you can kind of tighten up the process and stay really focused and learn the fundamental aspects of what it is you're doing, until eventually the scaffolding is then again removed and you're not dependent on it. It's not like training wheels. So you're going to be slowly learning on your own. Pieces of the puzzle are going to be added and you're going to get the bigger picture of what works, and then slowly again it's going to be removed so that you've kind of ultimately learned it on your own with a little help. So everybody learns this stuff differently. This stuff isn't a one-size-fits-all model. It's going to be unique to you. The way I approach and attract and seduce women might not be the same way you approach, attract, and seduce women. So ultimately, this is an individual program. This isn't a cookie-cutter mold type of program where you have to do things that don't feel right or you have to do things that feel inauthentic. We want this to be tailored to who you are, to your unique personality, so that when you approach and start a conversation with a woman, she's getting you and she's not getting me or someone else's idea of how relating should look. So ultimately, this program is all about you. This program is all about getting you the results that you're looking for and that you need, and not what you think you should need, or not what the seduction industry has kind of rammed down your throat and has been telling you that you need. So good luck. Look at the PDF modules, and I'll see you in the next video.